Hello and welcome to Global Focus Today live from Unity Village, Missouri. We have wonderful guests today and we got a twofer because we have both Reverend Jeannie Severance and our skip, Michelle Davis, who are between them the hostesses of Sofa Sundays. Don't you love the idea of Sofa Sundays? I just, the whole concept of Sofa Sundays just tickles me. But your ministry is called Begin Within Ministries. That's got a lot of power behind it too. This is your second visit, and I'm so thrilled to have you. It's been almost a year since you were here, and I know you're approaching your first anniversary in ministry. So tell us what that's about. What's it like?
Are you gonna start? I'm just so excited. I can't believe it's been a year, and or almost a year, and we have learned a lot. We have definitely learned a lot, huh?
You're saying that very gently.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, it's been about a year since the inception of the idea that merged between us, and then I think November 20th is the actual 1-year anniversary of the announcement of Sofa Sundays and Begin Within Ministry. So yeah, we've been doing it for a year. Every single Sunday, we haven't missed a Sunday. Well, one of us have been on the sofa, if not both of us, every Sunday since.
And what I love is that this is not, how to say this? It's not a little bit of this or a little bit of that. You're 100% there on the sofa, but you're also live streaming in what, 3 different platforms?
Yes,
Right.
we live stream on our Facebook group. We also are on YouTube under Begin Within Ministries and Instagram.
Instagram and Facebook are both Sofa Sundays.
Yes.
Yeah, so Sofa Sundays on Instagram and Facebook, but Begin Within Ministries off of YouTube. Yeah, so we live stream that way, and then people also come in person and join us in person. So we have a physical address in Phoenix, Arizona too.
That has a feeling nothing else has.
Absolutely. And once a month we go out to lunch for our Sofa Sunday social. Yes. And so that's a blast.
And do the folks who come on live stream come and join you for the social?
We haven't
had a couple extra last time.
We did have a couple extra because we had Reverend Mitch Austin was our guest.
Oh.
And he came into town and did a workshop for Sofa Sundays, and then also was a guest on the sofa. And then we went out to lunch afterwards. So we did have a few extra people come and see Mitch. So that was awesome.
So Sofa Sundays has bonuses.
Yes.
So what's been, I love asking questions like this, just put people on the spot. What's been the biggest challenge of the sofa?
The sofa itself. So we started out.
Oh my gosh!
Right?
We started. She's got to say.
We started out with we have a space at Reverend Dr. Michelle Whittington's Unleash Your Life, her office, and which we call the studio. And she has a couch there, and it was a 2-seater couch, which was great. But the first time we had a guest, and we were both on the sofa, we're like, how's this gonna work? And we were trying to set up our room, and you couldn't get everybody in.
Well, because we put a cover.
Because we have different colors.
We have a red sofa.
And so so we changed it, and we have 3 chairs now. So we can expand it because our slip cover would go for a full couch, full sofa. And so we expanded it. And then one time somebody stayed after to watch us undo. And they're like, what did she say? She was like, I'm so disappointed it's not actually a sofa. So, we mean to be authentic. So I just want to let you know that Sofa Sundays is now done on chairs that look like a sofa.
Looks like a sofa.
There you go.
So
I
you just need pseudo sofa Sundays.
Yeah, it was
there you go.
Right there you go. Right.
Yes.
I'm so glad I don't have a lisp anymore with all these S words. I mean, seriously.
So if the sofa is the biggest challenge, it sounds to me like y'all are doing a pretty slam bang job. What's been the biggest reward?
Well, I love working with you.
I
have to say,
we've been friends for years, but this last year we've really gotten to get closer and learn more about each other, and also to be able to do this together. And I would also say our spiritual partners. We have a spiritual church club partnership, and these currently are all women. I don't mean to.
We invite them men to.
We invite everyone, but currently our spiritual church club partners that come in person are all women, and these women are amazing. And they come every week, and if they don't, they text us and let us know what's happening. We have a really tight group. Come in. We have a really,
we are live here.
We are live. We have
Unity Village, so
we have a very tight group of women who we look after each other. You know, we have prayer, we have support, connection, community, and that's what we all wanted. That's why it started.
Right.
So
Community.
I think having that community has been the most rewarding thing.
Yeah.
For
The way that we really wanted to help others, to inspire and help others to create a life they love. And for us to be, like we used to joke about, I hope we don't run out of things to talk about or ways to share things. And here we are a year later, and we still, every time we end a Sofa Sundays, I'm like, where did that come from?
I mean, divine download happens.
Because it's not scripted, so we don't script anything. We have a topic of discussion for the day, but we don't pre-talk and plan and whatever. So it's interesting how it just keeps coming out. And that's a growth that we've had together, just that.
Right.
Being authentic and just, we even know each other's timing. I can tell when she's done, and then
which is
like we figured.
Yes.
Just the flow is so.
Which
good
is
now.
interesting.
So it sounds very fluid and dynamic, which I love. What's been the biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise. I think that, okay, so for me, the biggest surprise was that people wanted it. Or even coming here to the conference and people are like, I know you, I've seen you online.
Oh, that's a surprise.
That has
So
been amazing because
Yes.
last year this was my first year at the conference, and so I got to meet everybody. And then this year I'm all like, oh, we're old friends because we've been connected over the year. And so when people were like, oh, I know you guys, like, oh, and this is my friend. Oh, well, we know her. We watched the show. And I'm like,
they already know me, which is nice. I don't have to.
yes. So I think the biggest surprise is how well received we are.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me, but it's delightful that it surprises you. So what's the next big goal?
Well, to grow our monthly partners, partners, because we have a Facebook group, and those are members, people that just join the Facebook group. But our real goal is to have a thriving spiritual church club partnership. So right now we have, I don't know, what do we have, 15-ish, under 20, but we'd love to have at least 100 spiritual church club partners that are, whether they are showing up in person or not, we can, but we will grow in accordance with that. So we would love to have, we love being in Reverend Dr. Michelle's space. We'd love to have our own space. We'd love to have children's programs. We'd love to be able to be going out in the community and doing more. So, and then doing more for those partners. So the more more partners we have, the more that we can be nourishing our partners and our community. So for me, I think I don't know if you would say the same thing.
I would say absolutely. That has been the focus and the goal to grow that. What we offer in the partnerships is, the ability to be more connected through New Thought. So we do a lot like Anton does. Like we offer classes, we offer workshops. So with our
prayer support,
we have prayer support. So with our partners, that is all based on their, monthly membership that comes with it for us. As long as it's Michelle and I teaching. When we have out of state people or out of town people, there's a discount on that. So the other thing that our prayer partners got, or our spiritual church club partners got, is a Sofa Sundays mug, and we brought one for you.
Yes.
I got a present.
Yes.
We
want to
wanted
thank you for your support for our ministry.
Yes.
We so appreciate you supporting us from the beginning.
Yes,
And
we were
again,
just a couple of months old.
You're on it.
Yes, we are.
The mug. Is that the coolest thing you ever saw?
Red Sharri, your coffee will taste better.
It does,
after that mug.
yes.
Well,
Just
here's the problem
saying.
with
Or your
that.
tea-
Oh, I
tea
love
will
the
taste
smell of
better,
coffee,
too.
but I can't stand
Oh,
invitation.
well,
you know
the
what?
tea tastes better too.
Teamwork, water,
Water
hot
tastes better.
chocolate,
Yeah.
whatever you want to put in
Yeah,
there.
it's almost hot chocolate weather in this room right now. It is.
I
It
wish
is-
it was.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's why I
it
still have my
is-
sweater on.
It is actually warmer outside here. Well, thank you very
You're
much.
right. Expect presents.
You are so welcome.
So, I want to know. I don't want to sound smarmy, but is Sofa Sundays living up to what you expected it to be, or is this a case of telling God your plans?
Oh, no, I absolutely think that God told me, told us,
Yeah.
I don't know that I had any expectations. Like, I was surprised when people showed up for the first service. So I know that Michelle has, we're a little bit different in our thinking, right? Michelle is very much in detail, and she has, and I'm kind of like, let's see what happens, right? You know,
Which is why we work so well together.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because Michelle says, "What about this?" And I go, "Great."
Yeah, she just says yes to everything. So,
Yes.
and then she goes, freaks out over here. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. So.
I don't think we had, it really wasn't a plan. In fact, my original thought around doing ministry, my own ministry was not this. I saw it a little differently. But then I got the hit to talk to Jeannie about it. And I was like, and I was still really nervous about it and really uncomfortable with it. And kind of like, who am I to be thinking this way? You know, we all kind of get that one.
Yeah, we do.
But I got that hit to talk to Jeannie about it when she became a minister. I thought, oh my gosh. And then I thought, well, I'll meet up with her. We're going to meet up. And then if I get that hit again, then I'll do it. But I was really nervous. And I love telling the story because she was so cute. We were kind of hanging out. We had our coffee, and I got that hit, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to say it now. So I said, okay, well, I want to talk to you about something. She says, oh, I thought we were just having coffee. Okay. She just centered herself. She says, okay, what is it? And I shared it with her, and I couldn't even finish what I was going to say because she just says, yes, I'm in, whatever
Sure.
you want to do, we're going to do it.
So how do you? I know that it's a case of blending things that works well, but how do you plan things? How do you decide what the topics are going to be for Sofa Sunday?
So
This evolved really.
this really
cool.
did. And so after this is New Thoughts for Today, our
Just a little plug for Anton.
collaboration here. So what had started, we started very differently. When we started Sofa Sundays, originally we stood up to pray and everything, and then like made this gentle thing to the sofa. And now we start off on the sofa.
Yeah, we don't even do
We're
that.
way more relaxed
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
we go. And what would happen is we would have a topic and type of thing, and then I would frantically
Right.
look
Would
to
separately
find,
look for things,
and
I
I'd
never
go,
found anything. She always
"Oh,
found something in there.
this is good, how about this?" And so we've been reading out of this from the start. And then we were like, well, why don't we start going with stuff that's already in
Why
here?
go opposite?
Yeah, let's start with the book. So that's what we have done now. So what a treat it is for us to meet the author of so many of the
Right.
things that we have been able
So
to use.
So Sofa Sundays is really sort of a spiritual fireside chat.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, so true.
Yes, and we do have a fireplace in the room. We're just not near it.
Not near, but
yeah.
we could. Oh,
We-
he's saying no.
He's saying no. He's saying don't put it by the
No,
fireplace.
no fireplace.
So no fireside
So,
chat.
and I have to get this out of the way because our producer will cry if I don't. Show him your socks.
Oh my goodness. So
Yes.
these are my superhero socks. They keep me walking. Yeah. So I only brought like 16 pairs of
all.
socks
She
just
never-
in
that's
case.
And I'm presuming that this is what you look like on the sofa.
This is what yeah.
This is one of her.
This is one of my favorite sofa outfits. I don't wear socks. It's warm in Arizona. I don't wear my socks to the sofa.
Get you in Arizona.
But
Yeah.
generally we don't wear shoes. This is the first thing we do. We
Yeah.
come in,
Take our
we
shoes
take our shoes off, And then
Mostly,
we started.
and that didn't start spiritually. That was because we were running around so much, and I was wearing heels, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Why are we wearing?
Why are we
took
even
off our
wearing
shoes just so we
Yeah.
could move better? We're moving furniture, we're getting things organized."
But now when we have guests, our guests do it too.
I know.
I love
Yeah.
It's a thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
I would
Things just
love to be a guest
evolve.
where the first thing I did was take off my shoes.
Right.
That
Yes,
would be
well,
okay
you
with
come
me.
to Arizona.
Exactly. You
you're
come to
our guest.
Arizona, you're our
You're
guest
our
for
guest on
sure.
the sofa at Breakfast.
Next time I'm headed that way, I'll let you know.
For
Okay.
sure. We will.
There we
Because
go.
there are
We'll do
some
it.
folks in Arizona I
We
just
would
love.
love to see you.
Y'all and some other folks
would
as
love
well. And there's some of the most beautiful places. You know, the best Christmas store in the world is in
Is in
the
Arizona.
Santa Fe.
Oh,
No, that's New Mexico.
That's
no,
New
next
Mexico.
door.
It's in Prescott,
in
Arizona.
Prescott, Arizona.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
I lived in Prescott for 7 years, so
I
it's in
love
Arizona.
Prescott.
But I wanted to tell you that you notice how colorful this
Yes.
is, right? So if I wasn't cold right now, I would just be wearing a solid color because every morning she sends me what she has decided to wear, and then I
Yeah.
try to color coordinate because
Yeah.
heaven forbid if we just went rogue on that one. That is the one thing we
Oh, yeah.
planned.
If you were both doing that,
Because
people would be
It would
cross-eyed.
be crazy. So
That
we
right.
do-
That is, we do plan.
I let her
That is
lead
the only thing
because-
we plan.
That's the one thing we planned is she'll send that to me and I'll be like, okay, I'm obviously going solid
Yeah.
today because she is a wild
And I
child.
wear all the colors
But
all the
She can
time.
wear all the colors. Just
What did
like
Reverend
that.
Mitch say? It's not like you go, oh, where's Jeannie? You go, oh, there's Jeannie.
Right. So
Well,
she's
I'm delighted that the biggest challenge you have is figuring out what you're going to wear for some days. The rest of it's all taken care of. That's pretty slick.
You know, one of the
Yes.
things, I think that was one of the biggest things about this ministry for us was that we want to be real, we want to be vulnerable, we want to be authentic, and we want to be comfortable, right? Because true spirituality is part of everything, right? It's part of how we operate in our world and in our life. And so want to entertain, and we also want to give good spiritual food that you can take out into everyday world situations so that your life gets better, because that's what works for us. I'm not saying we're for everybody,
Right.
right? I don't want
Well, now
to be
here's
for
And we
my
do
everybody.
include everybody.
I asked how you decided on your topics, but you mentioned classes and workshops. How do you decide what classes and workshops you're going to offer, and where do you offer them?
Requests from our
Mm-hmm.
partners, our
Oh.
spiritual church club partners originally they asked for some foundational things, religious science foundational
Right.
classes because it had been a while since they had a community. So we did that from
We did
the beginning.
Right,
We
oh,
did it with
like
that.
on the We Believes and the core,
then-
10 core concepts.
and then this thing called You. So we did that for the basis, but now we would just do things that we either went with our topics of the month or something like that, or just what we want to share with them.
Mhm.
And they're pretty receptive to whatever we've done so far. So it's been really, really cool.
And we actually have a spiritual church club partner who believes that Saturday night we think up the topic.
I know, just for her.
Just for her, I like.
She's like, this
Yeah.
is for me.
We're like, you're welcome.
Right, exactly.
just
right.
smiling.
There's only one.
And we didn't want that, and the other reason why I think we did it like this is we didn't want that stress of, I didn't want the stress,
Yeah.
I won't speak for you, I think we were.
You know me
so-
either.
But I didn't want the stress of working on a talk all week, and then the stress of delivering the talk exactly like I had worked on it and trying to get it perfect and getting it perfect with another person and the whole thing. I didn't want it to be like that. I knew that really that format didn't work for me very well, caused me a lot of stress, and then I couldn't free flow as well if I was trying to follow a script or something I'd written out. So I knew that was an issue for the way that I speak. And when I took homiletics with Reverend Dr. Michelle,
We were
she's-
actually in the class together.
yes, we were in the class together. She was teaching about the different types of styles, and that one of these, one pastor or minister he would take a topic from his week, something that had happened to him in the week, and just use that for us. And I thought that makes sense to me.
Mhm.
That's something that I could pull from, like, how did I move through that? Like, and people would align with that because it's just what things happen, and we all have the same things going on, and you can learn from each other that way. So I just wanted something that would flow easily and not be so stressful, and it would be as honest and authentic as possible. And I think that we've honed that
Right?
so
And-
well together.
One of the things I wanted to say about recently, so as we've been here at the conference, planting seeds has been a thing, right?
Benedictine.
And our topic this month
This is what's so funny.
Our topic this month is on thoughts, and
last week's card. It's off of page 181.
Gotta explain the cards though.
And oh yeah, I will. It's called Seed Thought. And our card says, my thoughts and words are the seeds that manifest as my life experiences. So every week,
This was our topic.
our people in person,
And that's
get-
our logo and our topic.
they get a card. So our goal is at the end of the year, you can have that one. Yes, I'm walking around carrying them in here and giving them out to people
Oh, cool.
for our
So the
cards.
previous month, we do think of our theme, and now we've actually been using the book to find our theme. And then we pull the topic out of the talks we're gonna pull from here now. That's kind of what we've done, what we're gonna do when this book is done. We'll have to go
We
back
have
to the
some
way
more,
we did
yeah.
before. But, and then we'll have those cards printed, and so we will decide which one comes first or which one we do each week. But it's interesting, this has happened to us multiple times now over this last year, where we will have a topic that we will have already done, and then we'll see it, like we're seeing it this week.
Everywhere.
We'll see it out in other ministries' live feeds or their topics, and we're like, oh my gosh, so we're all aligning. It's just
Right.
so incredible.
There's only one,
So
exactly.
incredible to
So-
see it, yeah.
So, you said at least one of you is always on the sofa. What happens if there's a Sunday when both of you can't be there? I mean, when neither of you can be there.
We haven't done
Thank
both
goodness
of
that
us.
hasn't
Not
happened
both
yet.
of us yet. We probably would record something.
Yeah, I would say we'd probably go to online. We have done online things. We use StreamYard as well, so we
We
have
could
done
do it.
online things. But so far there hasn't been a time period, but we have been.
But if one of us is
Odd.
on, we will have a guest. We like know if she's got lots of travel and things that she does. I don't do it as much as her at all, but so we just will invite a guest that somebody we want to talk to, that we want on the sofa. We've had Dr. Reverend Michelle Whittington. We've had Reverend Dr. Bobby Crotty on there. I've had my teammate come on, who's a business consultant, but he used to be a pastor for the Salvation Army, and also executive director for Salvation Army. And so he
He is an amazing speaker. I
such a
love
great
when he's on
speaker.
the sofa.
And then we had Reverend Mitch on there,
Yes.
Mitch Austin, which was amazing. So we've had but we were together on that. We had him with us together. But that's been, one of the surprises has been how great that has gone for me. Like how great our guests are, like, because you don't know what you're going to get. Because, like Chris Aird, who's a teammate of my business partner, he's a Christian, so he's not a religious scientist. So it's like, I kind of was like, okay, so hopefully that's fine, because we invite all faiths, and so everyone is welcome. But I didn't know what we're going to get,
Right.
and it was
Chris is
incredible.
amazing.
And he's been on twice now
Yeah.
because he's so great. So
And
it's really good.
I don't know if it's the sofa itself that gives the flow, but even
Yeah.
Mitch says, "Oh, that really flowed." I said, "Oh, I knew you'd be great on the sofa."
Yeah.
And
Something about
he's
it.
like, there's a flow to it, because
Right.
it's just real. That's the biggest thing, is we're just real. We're just us.
We wanted a different type
I
of
have to ask because there's some question that's not real clear to me. You talked about your Facebook group members and your partners, your church club partners. Explain what church club partners are.
So our church club partners are the ones that financially support us through their tithes. They can tithe. We have a membership amount that we recommend or more. So if they're tithing for an individual, it's $45 a month, or it's $75 for a couple or a family. So if they're doing that, then they are a spiritual church club partner, and they get all the benefits of being a partner.
And what are those benefits?
Well, they're going to get their mug, so they can,
Oh,
they're going to get that right away. They get a Sofa Sundays charm. So like I wear my Sofa Sundays charm all the time, and it's right here. You're not going to be able to see it. But
It's
that's
just
all
a
right.
little sofa
It's a little
charm.
sofa. It looks like our
It's a little
sofa.
sofa with heart-shaped cushions
I
on
know.
it.
So everybody gets those. They get our classes. Anything that we do, they get that for free.
So when you do classes, they get to come.
They get all of
That's
that.
really
Yes.
nice.
And we're going to be doing more. I think we'll be doing retreats, and as we grow, we'll be able to do more things. So they'll just benefit from that too.
Well, that's really a cool idea.
That was one of those things that we wanted to be able to do, because we never want money to be a reason that people aren't participating.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a big deal for us. And then with the partnership, they help pay for our cards, the mugs.
Right, we're
and-
able to produce
That's
things
We're
like
able to
that
do
through
those
the
things.
partnerships, right?
That's
And
really-
like any business, it's always good to know your income.
Right, right.
So it does help us to be able to budget the way we
And
need
so
to.
that means you don't actually take up a collection
We
or
do-
an offering?
We
or
do
you
a
that
we
too?
have a little thing in the back that says love
If they
offering,
want
if
to,
people
but-
want to.
And sometimes
yes.
they will do that
Yeah.
too, if we have
And-
people who are not partners.
And that money generally goes to buying our pretty flowers behind us and, you know, if we have snacks or whatever, so.
So, there are, we're fixing to run out of time in a few minutes, so I want to get I have a selection of
Sure.
questions that I ask all of my guests. You have answered them all before, but you're going to have different answers.
Yeah, I know, it's been a year.
So here's the first one. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that you want people to know about Begin Within or Sofa Sundays that I haven't asked you?
No, I think we got them. Yeah.
Wow,
I think you
I'm
did
getting better
great.
at this. Okay, so the next one is, how does what you do with Begin Within and Sofa Sundays encourage, enhance, sustain, pick your own verb, world peace?
I love when you ask this question. I think it helps because one of our main premise is that it begins within. That it always begins within us. So if you're looking out here in the world and it's something that you don't like that you're seeing this and you don't like you're seeing that, it's not out here. It's beginning. You have to begin within. So we're always talking about that. We're always helping, I think, people to have that as the go-to instead of this, like just having that practice of begin within. So I think that's, for your whole life, for everything you're trying to do, you want to create a life you love, a life that's peaceful, a world that's peaceful, that's always going to be where it starts.
Absolutely.
So I think that's one of our biggest
Okay, the second,
contributions.
the next question sounds a whole lot like the first one, but it's not the same.
Oh, okay, I'm ready.
How does Begin Within Ministries and Sofa Sundays, how does what you do encourage, embrace, enhance, sustain, pick your verb, conscious evolution?
Well, I would also say beginning within and the unification of the spirit in the form of touching one heart at a time. So I believe, or we believe, conscious evolution is happening because we're all one, and that each person needs that individual love, touch, care. So for us, that's our goal, is to make sure that people feel seen, heard, loved, expressed, you know, and experience that with us.
And we do that, if we haven't mentioned that, that's something we haven't said, is that at the end of when we're complete with our sharing, we open the floor to the people that are in the room and invite them to ask questions or to share their own
I don't
self.
necessarily know that we have to even be complete. They jump in
I
during,
know.
so
They've gotten
we're
to the point
fine
where they
with that.
jump in the middle.
Yeah.
They
They
have
have
some-
their hands go
they're
up,
ready to go,
and,
yeah.
and we
And we just
encourage
allow
that
it,
and
you know.
experience that, yeah.
Well, oftentimes they'll say something that's like
Yeah.
the better than we could have said it, or they'll help us, they'll lead us onto a whole nother
Yes.
tangent, so to speak,
So,
no less.
right?
But yeah, so that's been a great thing that we did, not realizing how that would grow so well.
Yes.
Yeah, we've enjoyed that. But I think that's another way we do it.
Excellent. Okay, next question. Presuming that every single little detail, every event, every relationship, every person who shows up goes exactly the way you wanted to go.
Yeah.
What does Sofa Sundays look like 10 years from now?
Oh, definitely.
Well,
Way
I'll
more
have
than
a
100.
labyrinth.
She wants her own labyrinth. She wants her own labyrinth. But definitely, we want, we've explored so many, if you're talking 10 years.
Yeah.
You're talking 10 years. We've talked about things like definitely our own thriving community in Phoenix, Arizona, live streaming our own campus, children, all the whole thing, the full blown thing. But we've also talked about
Yeah.
other
We would like to see this franchised out.
Where other.
We would like to see this type of ministry go out into other communities, not just us, so that other people experience that individual collection of
In
love.
their own communities, yes.
So what you're telling me is y'all are planting seeds.
So we are planting seeds.
Yes, we are, yes,
Pretty cool.
yeah.
Because that sounds an awful lot like practicing what you preach.
I
That's the goal.
Are we practicing what we
You
preach?
know, every once in a
Yeah,
while,
you
we
know,
try, we
I
like,
didn't want to do that.
check that box.
Yes, right. Right, and to help, so, other people like us, other ministers, practitioners like us who want to be serving the community that way, we could support them that way. We could help them create that on their own.
So how would
Set us
somebody
up.
get in touch with you about something like that, if they wanted to consider that? Is there contact information on your website? Do you
There
have a
is.
special email address?
Yes, we are at beginwithinministries.com.
Yes.
You can find all our information. We both have email, we have our line, or I was gonna say our church line, right?
Oh, yeah, we have
our
our church phone,
we
which
have-
I don't have that on me right now. So I'm
So
good.
don't
I'm
call
good.
today.
But if you went to beginwithinministries.com, you would have that.
You would have all
Also,
our
Sofa Sundays group on
On
Facebook, you
Facebook.
can message us there as well.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's a great
Well,
question. I like that
gosh, this
question.
is great. And so, the very last question that I ask everyone, will you come back?
Of
Yes, we
course.
will.
Okay, August
Please.
20th, next year's
Let's do
first
it.
opening, will you
Oh,
take it?
we
Yes.
take it. You can
Yes.
take it.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Oh,
Thank you so much. And come again next week. We have a different kind of guest. I only have unique guests.
That's
anyway.
right. Yeah, that's right.
a new guest who hasn't been here before. And she is a spiritual business coach.
Nice. I love that.
It. Very nice.
Her name is Lanita Mitchell. Oh, I left a word out. It's Lanita something Mitchell or Lanita Mitchell something. But Lanita will be here next week and you don't want to miss her because she's really cool.
If nothing else, to find out our whole name.
Yeah,
Well, that too.
That would be, we would like to know, yes. So show up and find out.
Well, now, and I normally post a thing on Facebook and Instagram and all of that says the day before
Right.
who's coming.
But this,
So
we're
you
like,
can plan ahead.
we're like
Nice.
off the cuff live this
Yep.
week, so.
This
yeah.
week we're off the cuff live. So thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you. Thank
for
It
you
was
having us
so
again.
great to have you
So
again,
good.
and I
Yes.
can't wait until the 20th of August.
I know.
Yay! Bye-bye.
Bye.
Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do